Okay, hey nerds, Sage is here. Jay is also here, and we're here to talk about, well, the September schedule was kind of announced. Right?
Yeah, boy.
Okay, so we actually have, I'm going to adjust the music a little bit just to make sure. We actually have the image of the September schedule here. And, yeah, so, one thing that's really obvious is that there's no Black Knight.
Yep. And some people are like, oh yeah, but he could come somewhere. But the thing you seem to not realize is the fact that we have Bound Hero Battle from 7 to 13, then Robin from 13 to 20, then 20 to 27 is Ninian and Alkai, the most retarded Bound Hero Battle order for some reason. And then from 27 to 4, it's Clarice.
Yep.
There's no space for Black Knight.
Usually Bound Hero battles take the place of Grand Hero battles. That's why.
It's kind of disappointing because I was kind of looking forward to this month because, as is, it's quite clear the next banner is Path of Radiance.
Yeah,
I was really hoping for that to be next month, where, you know, it would have made more sense, but because we have enough characters for a Sacred Stone banner. In fact, we don't... Like, we have 7 units. And we would get the 8th one from Tempest Trial Reward, so...
Yeah, it's really hard to say what's going to happen right now. It's really weird that we're also getting a Tempest Trial Mini for some odd, strange little...
I would not say it's weird. I would say it makes sense because that's probably a returning Tempest Trial. And you will be possibly able to get back Quicken Pulse from it.
I mean, it's possible, yeah, I don't know. The reason is that it's not titled correctly what it was with the first one.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not. I don't know if it's actually going to be that. I think it might just be a remix of all of, like a mixture of some of them, and then maybe Quicken Pulse will be in there. It's not going to be the exact same thing.
Yep.
A lot of Bound Hero battles, though. A lot of them. Like.
Yeah, so that means we'll have 18 orbs from that. That's nice, I guess.
Yeah.
There's also special maps of Fire Emblem Warriors, which I want to draw up.
And then we also need to talk about Tempest Trials Moment of Fate. That's actually a chapter title from Path of Radiance.
Yeah, some people think that this is from Fates, but no, this is Path of Radiance. This is chapter, I believe, 27.
Yeah, that was the title of that, and I think people are really upset that there is no Black Knight right now. And I kind of understand that, but at the same time, I mean, October is going to be a pretty big month, I think.
I'm also kind of disappointed it's not Sacred Stone, purely because, well, Loot could have been a red Delphia, and also it would also mean that Lion would be the GHB of this month.
That would have been great, but unfortunately, nope.
The main problem with Red Mage is that there's no very accessible good Red Mage. Yes, there's Sophia with a Raven build, but that's kind of more of a... I don't want to say a gimmick, but in certain situations it's not really useful. Well, there's Tarja that's 4-star and more accessible right now, which is good.
Yeah, but Tharja is really the only easily accessible red tome unit right now.
Yeah, like after that, it's like okay, there's Summer Leo, there's Sanaki, there's Celica, there's Katarina. They're all 5 exclusive.
All of them are. Yep. And therefore, so you were kind of hoping that the next one would actually be a Sacred Stone based one, maybe based around Leon or Lion, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah, because that way we'd have like a free-to-play Lion, a free-to-play Red Mage.
Yeah. That
most likely wouldn't suck because he has a unique tome, he's pretty decent overall, and he's a Red Mage.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Like I keep seeing like people that there's a few people that requires my help for certain things like GHB, BHB.
Yeah. I'm
like, do you have a Red Mage? And they're like, no, I don't. And I'm like, well, fuck.
Yeah, that's the problem, is that there is a little bit of imbalance. I mean, there were, I think in the last few banners, there was one, a lot of green mages that kind of sprouted up, you know, green tome units that were really good. Yep. And 2 blue tome units that also sprouted up that were pretty good. Delphia, of course, Sonya, Summer Lease, things like that. They just kind of...
Meanwhile, it's like the...
Oh, and Summercorn.
the last time that we got a red mage was like Summer Leo, and then if we go before that, it's like I think Celica.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm really disappointed to see that there is no new Grand Hero battle. That's just kind of sad, but...
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand... Why is it Ninian and Hawkeye, of all people?
Because they like those nobodies. Well, Ninian is not really a nobody.
Ninian
but...
is fine. I mean, if she reappears for a summon banner, that's fine by me. I mean, more people need her.
Like, to be real, like, the BHB should have been, like, Ninian and... what's his face? Eliwood.
Oh,
that
yeah.
made sense.
Yeah, I mean, that would make more sense.
Hawkeye feels like he's just thrown in there. He's like, hey, dude, I'm basically Sheena without access to Wary Fighter with less good stats because I'm not armored. Fuck.
Oh, my God. But interesting things to note is that we're going to have a version update sometime around the 7th, apparently.
It's around the 6th.
6th, 7th, whichever. And that means that we're going to get new features coming. We don't know what exactly just yet.
Another thing I'm kind of disappointed is the fact that they don't bring out the daily map missions that we've had, like the part 1 through 14 of like those daily 2 orbs. That's really nice, and I'm hoping they bring it back later on, later on the line.
I mean, we have the Fire Emblem Warriors thing going on for nearly a month.
Yeah.
So.
Oh god. Yeah, that might be the case. That might just be a map daily. If that's the case, I would fucking be happy. If it's just like, oh, here's 5 map, complete them. You have like a month and a half per almost to do it. It's like,
I'm hoping that it's actually a lot of content there, because there's no reason to keep it going for a whole month if it doesn't have anything, longevity-wise.
Just pointless.
Yeah, I'm really hoping the new Tempest trial will, of course, have something. The mini one, I'm hoping it has Quick and Pulse, because I did miss out on that one, and I would like to get it again. And then eventually, I'm hoping... We also know new heroes on the 15th, 14th, whatever you want to, whichever. So
I do kind of hope the mini also has the same kind of reward of a regular one up to 100k. Because if that's the case, I'm going to smash that 100k like no one's business.
I'm sure it will. You're just going to have to work a lot more in that little effort of time.
Last time I scored 240,000 in the last Tempest trial. I think I got this.
We also have Bound Hero Battle for Ephraim and Erica for some odd reason.
They're probably going to be too busy fucking each other to actually...
Oh my god, stop. We also have extra Sacred Seals in the later portion, and then Daily Tower Quests again. And
I just hope it's not a rerun for the Sacred Seals.
Yeah, I would like some new seals myself. I mean, I hate to say it, but this month is kind of disappointing to me. But again, we don't know what the new heroes are. We don't know what's in the new version update. They haven't really explained much outside of that. Like, they're just kind of keeping it hush-hush. And what's obvious here are the things that they've thrown up here. It's like, oh, here's a Tempest trial and here's a mini one coming later. So
yeah, I'm guessing the next version update is going to be something like some quality of life update mainly. That's why they don't speak about it this much.
Well, the thing is, they when Polygon interviewed them, for that whole thing, they said stay tuned in September to learn about, like the guy was like asking them. Well, something that's been part of not Heroes, Fire Emblem, in the last few games was a support system, and they were like, oh, stay tuned for that in September, and things like that.
Wasn't it October?
No, October is Sacred Coins.
Okay.
And that's kind of a big reason as to why they probably don't have much going on. Like, I'm wondering what Sacred Coins is going to be. But we have a new version update coming. Maybe we'll learn a little bit more. And I will say, for those who were like, well, they could just add Lagoos. It's no big deal. The only way we will ever really see if they're going to add Lagoos is probably with that version update. Because if we see
in all honesty, I don't really care about Lagoos myself. But there's one character that a lot of people might want to give a shit about. And it's Ileane, I believe her name is, from Path of Radiance. She might be on the banner. She's a red flyer.
Yeah, that would be pretty neat.
And she comes with Amity, which is a brave sword.
Well, we'll see what happens there. I mean, we could talk about Radiance characters all day, but that's probably what's going to happen. based on the fact that, you know, there's the login bonus that's lasting 2 weeks there.
Oh, yeah. Also, they kind of have to introduce those new heroes literally, like, what, 5 days before the Tempest trial, because otherwise they don't have enough fucking...
Yeah. Otherwise, they're not going to have bonus units. You know, all we have right now are Mist, Ike. That's the normal Ike. I don't know. Would bonus Ike be a part of that? He might. I don't know.
I don't know, but the way I see it, there's like Soren, Titania, Ike, and Mist that I honestly completely forgot this morning. There's Sanaki.
Sanaki's in there, but I think she's more Radiant
She's
Dawn.
Radiant Dawn. She's Radiant Dawn, but she's also a part of Path of Radiance story, so
yeah, I don't know if she would be bonus unit material, though. That's so odd to me. I think they would probably add, like, if there was one that's actually based on the game she's playable in, then we'd get that, you know, but, maybe I'm just being weird.
I mean, it's either that or it's like they had the new 4 unit, then there's a new banner that is going to focus Ike again for like the third time in the last month.
Yep.
Fucking Christ.
Don't worry though, Mist will be in there. Yay!
To get my mistake again.
I mean, honestly, I'm hoping that this new banner better have some pretty good units in there, or else I'm going to be really like some of the Radiance characters have been kind of meh.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel as well. Like, Ileane is probably the only unit I'm somewhat giving a shit about, but then again, I have a 4-star +9 Palace, so unless her attack and speed are good, she's not going to make it to my team. My Palace is just much better.
Well, I mean, that's holding out hope that we'll see someone, but, like, oh boy, this is... I mean, I'm looking forward to the Tempest Trial Mini. We'll see what that is all about. And for now, we have the double EXP and SP event, which is going to be fun. Jeez, that I didn't even realize that the Mini Tempest Trial is actually starting this week.
Yep, it's starting really soon, actually.
And we also have Bound Hero Battle that's starting on Thursday. Oh, God, there's so much to... I mean, I'm really excited for a lot of this, but I'm also kind of wary. Just a little bit, but I'm...
Yeah. Since we know nothing about the next banner except, well, Path of Radiance.
And honestly, we have no idea what the next update's going to be. Like, people are freaking out over lack of quote-unquote content, but the thing is...
There's a ton of content, you just don't look for it.
Yeah, there's a lot of content there. I mean, granted, I'm not really interested in... I have a feeling the special Fire Emblem Warrior maps are going to just be you know, just throw away orb things. And then the Sacred Seal things are probably just going to be meh. And daily tower quests were just annoyingly stupid and boring.
It's the problem is not that they're stupid. The problem is they give no orbs, so there's like no incentive for them.
Yeah.
Also, like, they give nothing. Like, here, complete like Stratum Fort for crystals. You know, the thing you never fucking use because you try to level up the unit.
Funny enough, I've actually been using that mostly for fodder. All of it. I've been using it to level up fodder constantly.
I mean, yes, that's what shards are for, not crystals.
Well,
because
true.
the shards are the ones that you use to get 1 to 20.
Yeah.
And then crystals are for the one that goes from...
The only time I use crystals is when I get, like, okay, I go into a stratum, I'm on my level 39 unit, right? And right at the end of the battle, he's like 2 away, you know, 2 EXP away. And then I'm just like, oh, screw that. And then I just go and use a crystal and I'm like, done.
Yeah, it's basically the only time I use them myself as well. Or like, when I'm going to merge something into something else and I know that this gives me enough to like learn the skills for when I merge it into something else.
Yeah.
I do it, but that's mainly because I'm like, well, otherwise they're just going to pile up dust because they're fucking worthless. Like, I don't understand why they even put crystals as reward. It feels like a terrible reward. Meanwhile, if they put shards instead, that would be like, oh, fuck yeah, now I can like put this into like a fodder, get it to 20 without fucking wanting to kill myself leveling it, and there you go.
Could be worse. We could be reliving another Camilla incident.
Can you imagine if Camilla like bullshit her way to victory against Ike? I would laugh my ass off.
If that happens, I'm gonna okay, guys, if you're actually still listening to this at 15 minutes in, I'm just going to make a thread, okay? Yeah, that's good. Me making a thread on the internet, I know. If Camilla wins this, I will be sending home every single Camilla I have. 5-star, 4-star, it doesn't matter. And I don't count Spring Camilla because I'm keeping her. Just so I mean all normal Camillas, because I kind of need Spring Camilla to be around and exist, unfortunately. Still, though, she better not freaking win, because I do need that Draconic Aura and, you know, Brave Axe that she has. It'd be nice to keep that. Anyways, yeah, that's basically it for September. Do you have anything else to say, Jay, before we hop off?
No. Well, I mean, I see the people that are like, there's not enough content in this game, and honestly, there's one thing I have to say. Don't grind unit when there's a Tempest trial. And one year, like, do the Tempest trial as much as you can, and whenever there's a downtime, that's where you grind units. Yep. That's what I do, because that way I always have something to do.
I mean, if anything, you should be grinding right now because of the double EXP and SP. Yep. And especially if you have, you know, like a Valor unit, that would really help out too, obviously. But still, nonetheless, I mean, just I think there's a lot of promise. We don't know what's coming. There's still that version update bonus thing coming, which means that we have something to look forward to.
Almost sounded like you said virgin update.
Well, that's what a lot of people are who play this game. Okay, and we're gone, guys. See you later.